Shukisha mzee.
Hapa hakuna stage.
Wala shukisha ama mimi kapiga nduru na pesa yako msilibi.
Mimi sitaki kisirani. Shuka.
Thank you.
Shuka.
Polen. Wacha nipigia mtu wangu wa insurance akuje washughulikie.
Mtasign hizi forms. In a few weeks time mtakuwa mmepata fidia yenu. Poleni sana.
Kwani kampuni ya bima ilifungwa?
Unataka kusema hatutapata pesa?
Wewe na hizo unaangalia namna hiyo.
Policyholders Compensation Fund PCF ilibuniwa ili kufidia wadai wa kampuni ya bima ambayo imewekwa katika usimamizi wa kisheria au leseni yake imebatilishwa. Iwapo umejaza claim forms na insurance ikakubali kulipa lakini ikafungwa, tembelea tovuti ya www.pcf.go.ke kisha ufuate taratibu za kujaza claim na utasaidika kupata fidia. Policyholders Compensation Fund, dhamana ya bima yako.
Fest is all about inclusivity, diversity, and unity of the people.
The Color Festival 2025 was pure magic. Crews, strangers, everyone became one big dancing rainbow tribe.
I've been coming to Kenya for, I think, over 20 years now. And it's one of the most wonderful places.
Umeona kama ni marehemu amekuwa ndio uko choketi hapo, ni vizuri kuheshimu kilaoni hata kama uioni.
Unafanya?
Nini kafani natengeneza?
Oi! Sasa unataka kusukuma utasukuma namna gani?
Now who is this person in my life? Hey, who are you?
Wajua mtu akija sehemu kama hii, huwa haifai anyimwe wifi. Connecting.
Sitashinda hapa nikifanya kitu moja. Toka. Ni nini shida yako? Unapanda huku juu ni kama umegwa tumbili.
Unaiona kunyonya. Ndio hivyo.
Kwani ndani kumejaa?
Ona hii ng'ombe.
Nione nini, hebu kwenda huko na hiyo ng'ombe yako. Yaani bogaka amekulipisha ndio kaka hapa kunini?
Si ndio?
Exactly 1 o'clock on the nose on your right and time for the day's reports. This is Lunchtime News. I'm Doreen Arange and Wangeshi is our sign language interpreter. And our 54-year-old man is receiving treatment at Busia Hospital after reportedly losing his hand in a train accident in Lugari Railway Station, South Sea, in Kakamega County. Hilary Kipkorir, a security officer at Lugari Railway Station, stated that they found the victim, identified as David Kisiangani, injured around midnight while on patrol with his colleagues.
Nikajaribu kuulizia, nikaambiwa ya kwamba alikuwa mlevi na alikuwa amelala katika njia ya reli. Reli ilipopita saa 4 alikanyagwa.
Baada ya matibabu atachukuliwa hatua kwa kuwa ni yeye amesababisha disturbance kwa gari ya moshi. So railway from there imechukua hatua. So sisi kama wakaaji ama wachungaji wa railway tunahimiza tu wakaaji tuepukane na hii maneno ya kukaa karibu na reli.
The Busia County government in partnership with Bunyala Rice Farmers has launched a nutrition program aimed at benefiting over 50,000 kindergarten students in 460 schools. The initiative seeks to boost early childhood development by providing nutritious meals, hence curb malnutrition. Busia County Governor Paul Otuoma says the collaboration was informed by a United Nations Children's Fund study that found that 15% of children in Busia County have died due to malnutrition. School principals and parents alike have hailed the program, saying it will help increase the number of learners.
Is to intend to cushion on these nutritional requirements.
This time, they are sure of having something, a snack, and also having lunch at lunchtime. So we really appreciate, and there is a lot of positive indicators to show that the program is really impacting on children's performance.
A new youth-friendly space has been opened at Ndege Oriede Dispensary in Rongo Sub-County, Migori County, to provide healthcare services to young people. The facility is a partnership between the Youth for Sustainable World organization and the county government of Migori. At the opening, Evelyn Samba, Executive Director YSW, stressed the importance of offering a safe place for young people to get health services and related information.
Sustainable World YSW has been working to help communities, especially girls and young women, lead healthy lives through different programs. Evelyn Samba, Executive Director of YSW, underscored the need to promote gender equality and ensure all young people have access to sexual and reproductive health and rights services.
In this launch today, our hope and belief is that because we did this work together with in partnership with the county, even beyond us here, the program that we are continuing to implement will be mainstreamed in the operations of the county.
Lorena Akoba, a local youth leader, cited gender-based violence, early pregnancies and sexually transmitted infections as some of the challenges faced by the youth.
Youths normally wana fear. They want their things, like they want to be alone. Hawataki that mtu anamuona. Anataka anakuja tu, anakaa tu kivyake na youths wenzake. So the benefit that this youth-friendly corner itatupatia that sasa as youths tutakuwa pamoja, tutaleta hizo issues zetu, tutaona venye tutazisolve.
The new space is part of the wider county health plan to facilitate young people access healthcare. Maria Ambo reporting for the Lunchtime News.
Elsewhere, 4 students who excelled in the African Olympiad competition have been offered 3-year full scholarship in the Cambridge system of education. The 4 will represent Kenya in the African Olympiad Academy competition in Rwanda, with 6 countries expected to participate.
The final day of the African Olympiad competition in Karen, Nairobi. During the finals, 4 students who excelled in the competition bid farewell to the Kenya education system and welcomed the Cambridge system following a 3-year scholarship granted to them.
Actually, what we find is that this kind of problem solving can happen even from students who struggle with math. Like, even students who struggle typically with math can actually do really well at this kind of problem solving because they get over the fear of it. They start to get excited about it. Oh, wow, this is something that I can discover myself. Imagine finding patterns, making conclusions, showing that those patterns work. That's what this Math Olympiad is really about.
Speaking during the context, Dr. James Katende, a University of Nairobi lecturer, noted the competitions are global platforms where learners not only gain knowledge but also get exposed to opportunities available in the world.
These problem solving and analytical skills are very useful towards taking Kenya into more producers than consumers. And that will help us build the wealth and grow Kenya into a developed country.
Olympiad mathematics is not just about solving problems. It is about building resilience, creativity, critical thinking, and a love for learning.
The Kenya Mathematical Olympiad competition has since witnessed tremendous growth since it was started in 2009, with the participants now clocking 17,000 from 8,000 last year.
So we have doubled the participation this year, so the interest is really growing. The contest normally leads to a selection of the Kenya teams for the International Mathematical Olympiad, the East African Mathematical Olympiad, and the Pan-African Mathematical Olympiad.
The participants who showcased exemplary performance hailed the organizers and the government for the program, saying it is opening them up to a world of possibilities.
I am very glad to have been selected as one of the people chosen to take part in the African Olympiad Academy for the 3-year full scholarship.
And I got an invitation to join the AOA in Kigali, Rwanda, and I'm very excited.
The training and talent recruitment in Karen was organized by the Center for Mathematics, Science and Technology Education in Africa, CEMASTEA, in conjunction with African Olympiad Academy.
I'm even calling upon the government to support this kind of programs so that we can have more students be accommodated in this kind of, so that they're able to be trained, they're able to realize their own full potential in attaining and becoming good mathematicians.
KBC County Member of National Assembly Doris Donya Aburi is cautioning against the review of the financial allocation to the National Government Affirmative Action Fund, saying such measures should only be taken in consultation with Kenyans. The lawmaker says the fund has transformed lives at the grassroots, and the proposal to reduce it from 9 to 6 million shillings will disenfranchise millions of Kenyans who depend on it for economic freedom. She called for sobriety in assessing the impact of the fund, to ensure Kenyans are not only left badly exposed.
Na ile pesa mlitunyang'anya wa mama. Sijui mlifikiria wa mama tuwezi kufanya kazi. Tafadhali ile pesa yetu irudi, kwa sababu ile tuko nayo hiyo ni ya kupatia mtu kama airtime. Iwezi tusaidia hata kidogo.
A section of residents in Kajiado neighboring Nairobi National Park have decried rampant human-wildlife conflicts and delayed compensation by the government. The herders say over the years they have lost lives, animal and destruction of crops by animals straying from the park. The government has, however, called for calm, saying verification and validation of compensation will soon be streamlined to make it efficient and timely.
Hakuna wanyama utapata huko. Hata simba wote wametoka kufuata wale wanyama. Hata leo kuna mbuzi ambayo wamekuliwa mbuzi 8.
Mitigating, which is the most important aspect, but also what we are doing in terms of compensation. We found a bill of over 15 billion for compensation. 2013 Act introduced a very ambitious project of compensation, 5 million for death, 3 million for injury, a very expensive program. But the National Treasury did not come through in terms of funding it. So there has been a serious backlog. But immediately we resumed as Kenya Kwanza. We then jump-started. It had stalled from 2018. There had been not any compensation given. So we have given 908 financial year 22-23, 956 financial year 23-24, and currently we are disbursing 1.76 billion in this current financial year.
And our Kenyans are being urged to step up efforts in tree planting as a tool for combating climate change and safeguarding the country's water towers. Speaking during a tree planting exercise at Ruabura Dam in Gatundu South, Kiambu County, stakeholders led by Mamangina University Principal Zipporah Nganga noted that forests naturally filter water, prevent soil erosion, and regulate the flow of water into rivers and dams. Students expressed their concerns over the drying of water sources, attributing it to deforestation.
There's climate change in the entire world. One of the big reasons for climate change is destruction of forests. We want to be part of the people to make a difference in the world by reversing the adverse effects of climate change.
Na kwa kupanda hii miti itasaidia kuleta maji na maji isipungue katika damu yetu.
For the future we'll have the environment looking nice, kutakuwa na mambo mazuri na to reap the fruits and the benefits.
The body of a 29-year-old man was discovered dumped at the gate of a village elder in Transmara village. Authorities believe the victim was killed elsewhere before the body was dumped at the scene. Investigations into the incident have already begun.
discovery of a body at this village home in Transmara has left residents in shock and outrage as they lament a deteriorating security situation in the area. According to village elder Alfred Washisino, a passerby discovered the body around 6 a.m.
Akakuja kuniamusha, mtu amelala kwa mahindi yako. Mimi kuamka kuja kuona huyo mtu tayari kumbe amekufa. Na ni kama walimuua mahali, wamefuruta, wameleta kwa mahindi.
Hii barabara kutoka pale hapa chini paka hapa inasumbua sana. Vijana wamejitokeza, usalama wetu umerudi chini.
Meanwhile, the Directorate of Criminal Investigations has launched investigations into the death of a police officer who was found hanging in his rental house at Likuyani Market, Kakamega County. The officer, identified as Calvin Okello, is said to have been found with a rope around his neck after multiple unanswered calls from his mother.
Hiyo imepasuka hivi kwa nini? Kwa hiyo mlango ya huyo Okello. Kupika pasha hivi, huyo mwenzake kupika pasha hivi akaona amejitia kitanzi na kakamba hivi kayelo kadogo tu.
Huyo afisa polisi alikuwa na stress na alikuwa anakunywa pombe kama stress na alikuwa anakunywa pombe sana. Hata ukikutana na yeye, angalia mwami, nini mbaya yenye nakusumbua? Niko tu na maneno inaniuma, bibi aliniacha, sijui nini. Mambo mengi sana yenye mwami alikuwa naye kwa kifua.
Neighbors are now calling for interventions on officers' mental welfare. Isofar reporting for Lunchtime News.
Cancer, a word that strikes fear into the hearts of millions. For countless families, it's not just the illness that hurts, but the overwhelming cost of fighting it. The treatment journey is often long, expensive, and out of reach for many. But now, a quiet revolution is taking place. In Kenya, doctors and patients are beginning to witness a shift, not just in how cancer is treated, but in how it's experienced. At the heart of this change is a new approach that prioritizes not only survival, but life beyond the diagnosis. Our reporter, Ben Chumba, was inside a facility where hope is being restored, one patient and one family at a time.
Go Healthcare Global Cancer Center in Nairobi became one of the few in East and Central Africa to introduce a PET-CT scanner, a powerful tool in the fight against cancer.
We are not talking about whether we treat the disease. That is not the conversation. The conversation is that can this patient have a normal life, quality of life, and move on with their daily activities as if they did not have any cancer in the first place.
It doesn't cure, but it sees clearly and early.
We can be able now to treat and retreat these patients with very, very minimal side effects, and that is what we want. It's about the quality of life.
The difference is life-changing.
We can be able now to identify with precision where the tumor has reoccurred, and we can be able to tackle specifically within a small volume of margins where now we can be able to save the normal tissues.
Seraphine Moipei knows what it means to find the unknown. Her cancer journey was filled with confusion and uncertainty until clarity came.
I have seen it through, and it has made me become the person I am today because of the right hands, the right treatment, and the right care that was taken upon me when I was very unwell. And having gone through this treatment has gotten me to even further than I imagined I would ever have gone.
Across Kenya, nearly 50,000 people are diagnosed with cancer each year.
It is very important that the first-time treatment has to be accurate, and that decide the outcome of the treatment. So if the first-time treatment itself is not correct, then there are chances of reoccurrence or relapse, and so many other issues.
Cancer is not a death sentence. We have made a lot of progress in treatment from both diagnoses. It can be picked earlier now with better diagnostic tests, and there are very good treatment options available.
With help from the Social Health Authority, many patients can now afford the scans that once seemed out of reach.
If I'm talking of PET-CT, which we are discussing today, we charge 60,000. Government pays, SHA pays 54,000. A patient just have to shell out 6,000. Tell me, is it a rich or poor.
And it's not just patients in Nairobi who are benefiting. Oncologists in other parts of the country are receiving training.
We have trained so far almost around 15 oncologists, radiation oncologists, which I have already sent to Mumbai at CG India, where we have got a training center. We have trained them. They have successfully came back, and right now they are the one who are doing their stereotactic programs.
What's happening isn't just about machines or medicine. It's about dignity, about making sure that a cancer diagnosis doesn't rob someone of their future. And for people like Sarafin, it's about finally being seen and treated the right way.
The silent struggles that cancer patients are going through right now is a lack to know what they're going through. They are going through it, but they don't know what they're going through. The lack to know that this is what is happening.
For parents of children battling cancer, hope has often meant a long journey, sometimes across borders. But now a new pediatric cancer ward offering specialized care for young patients has been opened at Tempisha Hospital in Nairobi.
We are hoping that this will help all the needy children who are suffering from cancer and, of course, support others with cancer.
Oncology care is expensive. The financial and economic costs are devastating for any individual.
For many families, this word could mean the difference between delay and action, between despair and healing.
And now Benson Amadi walked to the hospital after a robbery attack to get stitches for a head wound he suffered during a violent attack. Little did he know that the unfortunate incident was a blessing in disguise. Doctors at the facilities will discover a 3-centimeter tumor hidden in the most delicate region of his brain. The tumor was life-threatening and required emergency surgery as he was at risk of losing his eyesight or suffering a stroke. Here now is that incredible story of Benson Amadi's close shave with death as told by our reporter, Wycliffe Okech. Watch.
10th of December 2024, Benson Amadi, a civil servant, was accosted by robbers on his way home from work.
Jamaa alizingira, walikuwa na motorbike. Sasa mtu amekupita na motorbike hivi ujui kitu inafanyika unaona shuka. The next thing I knew, nimeloa damu kabisa.
It was around 9 p.m. and then somebody who knew him rushed to my house and told me my husband had been attacked, and he's bleeding profusely. So I rushed to the scene, rushed him to Avenue.
Days after he received treatment and stitches on his wound, he would begin to experience episodes of headache and migraines that prompted him to return to the hospital. It is during this checkup that he received life-changing news.
We picked up the brain tumor, and this was a pituitary adenoma. So the pituitary gland is a master gland. Like the brain controls the body, pituitary gland controls rest of the hormonal glands in the body. So this gland is situated right at the center of the brain, at the base of the brain.
Unajua something zile worst case zinafanyikia watu. Yani you've never pictured yourself kwa situation kama hiyo.
We were very shocked and we were very much we were worried about it.
The tumor had to be removed immediately, with doctors warning it could cost him his eyesight or suffer a stroke. Dr. Tanay Shalapurkar, a consultant neurosurgeon at a private health facility in Kisumu, recommended a transnasal endoscopic procedure as opposed to the traditional open-head surgery.
The tumors which are very deep inside the brain, they need to be removed in small bits. So every time you are going in, when we are doing an open surgery, there is always an injury of risk, injury to these two important structures whenever you are trying to remove the tumor bit by bit. So, for any neurosurgeon, the choice is always simple. The only problem is whether the equipment is available or not.
This required slightly over 700,000 shillings. Fortunately for Benson, 3/4 of the cost was covered by the Social Health Authority, SHA.
The approval took just a few hours. In fact, it was done through my cover, SHA. And I was being called, in fact, I was not even in the hospital.
Wale wajafanya registration wafanye, it helps. Maana sasa kama siko na register sijunge wajua crazy almost 600k anataka haraka sio kitu rahisi.
At the time Benson was sharing his story with us, he was recuperating. It had been 2 weeks since he had had the surgery, which had taken 9 hours and a team of 3 doctors. The doctors say they will continue to monitor his progress for the next 2 years.
Looking at his post-surgery scan, we have definitely averted these 2 complications, like the blindness is definitely averted and even the risk to life is definitely averted.
This is a patient who didn't have to go all the way to India to get this done in neurosurgery. And we are hoping to do the same for all our other disciplines.
The robbery attack may have left Benson with a lifelong scar on his head, but he considers the ordeal a blessing in disguise. Benson's close shave with death serves as a reminder to always seek medical assistance when symptoms persist. Had he ignored the persistent headaches after the stitches, doctors may have never discovered the life-threatening tumor, and his story would not have had a happy ending. For Channel 1 from Busia County, I am Wycliffe Okech.
Thank you for that report, Okech. And now the Ministry of Labour and Social Protection is banking on artificial intelligence to reduce hazards at workplaces that at times lead to loss of lives and permanent disabilities. Director of Occupational Safety and Healthy Services, Dr. Andrew Muruka, says by harnessing digitization responsibly, the country is not only going to increase production, but minimize disasters that have been witnessed recently in construction and agricultural sector. This and more stories in our county news roundup.
Speaking in Nanyuki, Laikipia County ahead of celebration of this year's World Day for Safety and Health on Monday, April 28 under the theme Revolutionizing Health and Safety, the Role of AI and Digitization at Work, Director of Occupational Safety and Health Services Dr. Andrew Muruka said the National Occupational Safety and Health under the Ministry of Labour was keen on aligning the safety digital solution with the Work Injury Benefits Act of 2007 and any amendments to ensure legal compliances and strategic consistency.
We noted that artificial intelligence and digitalization are immediately critical in the most hazardous sectors of the economy, and this include construction sector, heavy machinery sector, and heavy manufacturing, and also in agriculture.
Laikipia Health Service has received a state-of-the-art ambulance equipped with life support machines that will be vital in transporting patients to major referral hospitals.
Hii ni muhimu sababu tunapokea wagonjwa ambayo hata kama tunahitaji kuwapeleka mahali ingine ambayo anahitaji life support, kwa njia tunahitaji kuhakikisha kuwa wagonjwa wako sawa na wako na support ambayo inafaa.
And Kiambu County has become the first county to adopt solar energy after Governor Kimani Wamatangi completed the first phase of installing solar streetlights in all 60 wards as part of Governor Kimani Wamatangi's Angaza's Kiambu program.
Kwa hivyo imepunguza pesa zile tumekuwa tukilipa milioni 250 kila mwaka kwa kulipia mataa ya barabarani. Na hata hivyo tumekuwa tunanyongeza ingine yenye tumekuwa tukilipa milioni 50 kila mwaka kwa sababu ya kuendelea kurekebisha ile mataa yenye imekuwa ikitumia nguvu za umeme.
Elsewhere, schools across the globe are increasingly integrating artificial intelligence into their English curricula, a move that has sparked excitement, debate and transformation. English teachers lauded the new technology for personalizing learning. They spoke during a global annual conference at Zitech University.
It's very good and helpful to the teacher and the learner, but should not replace the teacher. But it's a very good asset, and the teachers have embraced it.
English being what it is, and being dynamic as it is important that artificial intelligence be used in terms of collating the different dialects.
Finally, the Kenya Bureau of Standards (KEBS) has emphasized the importance of purchasing products with standardization marks of quality to ensure consumer safety and strengthen trust in locally manufactured goods.
Blow the whistle as a consumer. If at any given time you are getting into contact with a product whose quality you are suspecting or not quite sure of. Raise the matter.
They spoke during the Lake Region and the Corporate Communications and Media Sensitization Forum in Migori County.
"25 minutes past the top of the hour. We are due for our first break. Plenty more on the other side, including business and sports. Stay with us.
Greetings in the name of the Most High, Jah Rastafari. My good name is Marley Moses, the positive warrior, alongside...
Yes, sir, DJ D-Rage, the baddest. Each and every Wednesday from 10 p.m. on KBC Channel 1 TV.
Tunakuletea the biggest reggae party in 254 in a yard extra. Extra niceness of reggae music.
Extra dose of entertainment.
When the thing is nice, we
have to do it twice.
Technology has become a crucial part of our society. Without technological advancements, so much of our everyday lives would be drastically different. As technology develops, it strives to fulfill the changing needs of society. This means that technology exists to help us achieve the things that we wouldn't be able to achieve without it. Take on Tech looks at the advantages and downside of technological innovation in a world that is becoming increasingly dependent on new digital technologies. Every Monday at 10:30 p.m.
Welcome back. This is still Lunchtime News. Time for your business news. In Kenya, risks falling behind in the global digital economy if bold steps are not taken to modernize regulations and professional practice in the engineering field. This is according to Engineers Board of Kenya chairperson, Engineer Erastus Mongera, who says that despite notable strides in infrastructure development, critical disparities threaten the country's competitiveness.
Champion quality and innovation in engineering works. Shape the future of engineering education and practice. A key highlight of our vision is the pursuit of signatory status on the Washington Accord by June this year. This milestone will ensure global recognition of Kenya's engineering programs, enhance the mobility of our engineers, and attract international students to our institutions. We are equating our standards with the global benchmarks.
The digital economy is redefining how we live, how we work, how we innovate, and the engineers at the forefront of this transformation. EPC 2025 will bring together policymakers, industry experts, researchers, and innovators to discuss how to leverage technologies like fintech, e-commerce, and smart manufacturing for sustainable economic growth.
The government has extended base titanium special mining list by 15 years, allowing the Australian mining firm to complete comprehensive environmental rehabilitation of its Kwale mining site following the depletion of mineral reserves. Mining Principal Secretary Harry Kimutai stated that the area under rehabilitation formerly used as storage facility for waste minerals from mining operations could take a long time to recover. Base Titanium, which has been operating in Kwale County since 2013, has been a significant contributor to Kenya's mineral exports, accounting for approximately 65% of the country's mineral output by value.
As a country, I think, and the ministry specifically, we are impressed with what Base Titanium is doing in terms of following the procedures under the Mining Act. And this is what we want to inform all other companies that are doing mining, that very important is to ensure that there is restoration of land after the mining exercise. So this also is going to help us formulate regulations and other policies towards restoration of mined lands. I also want to report that as a ministry, we encourage international companies to come and invest on mining within our country. We have a lot of resources, a lot of minerals in the country, and we are welcoming all those who want to come and prospect for minerals in Kenya, that we are open. We have a legal framework that is able to support investment, and evidence is what we are just seeing here today, that the ministry is really walking the journey together with the Base Titanium for the purpose of them closing. So you can see we start with the companies when they are coming to prospects, we support them. We work with the local community to ensure that they also support these companies as they do their mining.
And now hundreds of school-going teenage girls in Kombewa, Kisumu County have received sanitary and personal hygiene items courtesy of Destiny's Helpers Foundation ahead of the reopening of schools. During the event, the foundation's head, Eileen Akinyi, accompanied the Kisumu CEC for Youth, Sports and Gender, Beatrice Odongo, urged stakeholders in the sector to find a long-lasting solution to access affordable sanitary towels, especially in rural areas.
Is willing to help the less fortunate people in the society. Today I'm so happy and I'm glad to do the thing that I like doing. I'm so happy to be here empowering girls and being a good role model to them.
They've been able to receive dignity kits, of course the sanitary towels. Some of them have gotten Colgate, toothbrush, pens, pencils, and they've also gotten panties. And this is an initiative that as a county government of Kisumu we really appreciate, and we look forward to continue working with them, support them in terms of ensuring they get more sanitary pads to visit and reach out to many girls within the community.
We always, most of the girls always prefer going to get their pads when they always prefer men to help them, which is not good. The best thing to do is to find a good solution which can help you to get the sanitary pads. It is not good to go to those men who will cheat us and who will destroy our future. We as girls here, we have a bright future, and we hope so. We will be, and we promise that we will be the good role models in the community.
They have been a boost to our girls. We know many things could have happened. You don't know what would have happened between now and the next month, and they have come in and they have chipped in, and this is what we need in the community. Thank you.
Malindi Marine Park is a hidden gem that attracts adventurers and nature lovers alike. It is a sanctuary of biodiversity and a testament to the beauty and fragility of life in the Indian Ocean, as highlighted on this feature of Magical Scenes.
Established in 1986, Malindi Marine Park spans an impressive 213 square kilometers, showcasing rich coral reefs, seagrass beds, and mangroves. Home to over 600 species of fish, including the majestic parrotfish and the elusive clownfish, this marine haven is a playground for snorkelers and divers. For families seeking adventure, Malindi Marine Park offers unforgettable experiences. Visitors glide through crystal clear waters where vibrant corals dance beneath the waves and schools of fish dart playfully around you. Each moment spent here is a reminder of the delicate balance of life beneath the surface. Nevertheless, Malindi Marine Park is not just a sanctuary for marine life. It is also a lifeline for coastal communities. Local fishermen rely on the rich waters of the park, practicing sustainable fishing methods that honor the ocean's bounty. Well, as you embark on a boat tour, enjoy the sightseeing of playful dolphins that often accompany visitors on their journey. These intelligent creatures are a symbol of the park's thriving ecosystem, reminding us of the interconnectedness of all life.
I saw a lot of fish. I was given some specks. Ukaingia ndani ya maji and there was a lot of fish. So fun.
Katika Kenya sio vitu katika ubinadamu ama si vitu vya kawaida ambavyo wengine tunaweza kuviafikia, lakini wametujumuisha kwamba sisi pia ni watu, tunaweza fanya vitu vingine. Kwa hivyo hii safari ya leo tumeipenda na tumefurahia, na tunaomba katika hatua zingine zinapopigwa tuwe pamoja na wao.
They were able to see the different species of fish, the coral habitats, the seagrass beds, the magical islands, which we boast of at Malindi. And we protect it because it's a national heritage. And by doing this, we make sure that as we enjoy the marine resources which we have, we make sure that the future generation also come to enjoy it.
As the sun sets over Malindi Marine Park, its rays reflect the beauty that lies beneath the waves of Indian Ocean and the need to protect the same. Chuma Odim, Magical Scenes in Kilifi.
Star Times Media has invested $100 million in supporting Kenya's creative economy through an initiative aimed at growing local talent in the film and entertainment industry. Part of the money will finance a flagship talent program that seeks to create an environment where youth talent are recognized, nurtured, and turned into sustainable careers. Youth Affairs Principal Secretary Jacob Fikirini says the initiative is an opportunity for creatives to be trained, mentored, and secure meaningful opportunities that gain them both local and international recognition.
It's been one of the most diversified platforms for our economy, which has been very underrated. Whatever you've seen here is just a little, a drop in the ocean of how much the orange economy can pull, you see, in the economy of a country and the contribution to the GDP.
Kenya is among intergovernmental authority member states set to launch a 2 billion shillings fertilizer and soil hub. IGAD Food Systems Resilience Program Coordinator Senait Regasa says the soil hub will help formulate regional soil policies to enhance food production.
Application of fertilizers, but also management of the organic matters in our soils and ensuring that our soils are healthy.
Soil health, characterized by nutrient depletion, degradation, and erosion, directly translates to reduced crop yields. Farmers are producing less food per unit of land, making it more difficult to feed our growing population and increasing our reliance on food imports.
While we look at livestock production, crop production, human health production, then we combine that with soil management, then we'll be able to have a very holistic approach, because it looks like the soil receives every degradation, whether it's waste from hospitals.
The government is finalizing draft regulations to guide how revenue earned from the exploitation of natural resources will be shared with counties and local communities. Principal Secretary for Mining, Hari Kim Tai, said the draft regulations have already been submitted to the Office of the Auditor General for review. He noted that the move is aimed at ensuring transparency and fairness in the distribution of proceeds from natural resources. Speaking during the 30th meeting of the International Conference on the Great Lakes region on the fight against illegal exploitation of natural resources, Kim Tai outlined that the proposed revenue sharing formula indicates 70% of the earnings will go to the national government, 20% to county governments, and 10% to communities directly affected by mining activities.
70% goes to the national government, 20% goes to the county, and 10% goes direct to the community. So as a country, we're also working on the draft regulations related to how and then do we disperse the 10% to the counties. We realize that some of the revenue from the mines have not gone to the communities because of a lack of clear policy and direct the regulations.
Gohil and Aman Ganatra were among winners of the third round of the Shell Autocross Championship, which ended at the Kasarani Stadium on Sunday evening. Gohil won the open class category as Ganatra proved best in the four-wheel drive category.
Of the Shell Autocross Championship came to an end on Sunday evening at the tough 7.5 kilometers Kasarani Super Special Stage as 46 crews battled for top honors in the various categories. All the crews competing in the event were fitted by Vivo Energy Kenya, with commercial manager Mark Centeo saying they are keen on growing the sport to even higher levels to create room for more competitors.
You have Shell getting involved to make sure that motorsport in Kenya continues to be sustained. But most importantly are the fans. And right behind this camera are hundreds of people who've come through here at Kasarani. An amazing day out with the entire family to be able to experience what motorsport is. Our rallying charge continues to be the same. And it's not just because of having Shell Vipo as a sponsor, but also making sure that the discipline of motorsport continues.
It was a day for Neil Gohil in the open class category, as he was the master of the twists and turns to easily win the category. Aman Ganatra was at his very best in the four-wheel drive restrictor class as he secured the title ahead of Harpreet Bogal and Abdul Kadir, who could only follow behind.
This has been an axle breaker, it's been a tie rod bender, it's been one of those days that has just sent twists and turns to everybody, but again, it's been a lot of fun.
The turnout is massive, over 40 people. And yeah, it's just amazing. It's great to see this in motorsport. Because you know, like last year, max we could get to like, on a regular event, to like 25 people.
To be honest, it's very hard to do these races without such support. These guys even mentor you, they check on you, they give you financial support.
Sean Jumbi won the Alpha Junior category, while Alan Bengi won the Beta Junior Baggy category. Shabaz Anwar was the quad bike category master, winning the class ahead of his rivals.
Time for me to now exit and sit ground for the next program. We definitely appreciate you for your valid company. This has been KBC Lunchtime News. I'm Doreen Arange, and Wangeshi has been our sign language interpreter. Good afternoon.
Picture this. Thousands of people are protesting in your country. You turn on the news and there's no mention of it. Whether it's TV or online, governments in many countries silence unwanted news. How can you get correct and objective information at all times? How can we fight online censorship? This map shows the state of press freedom from green, very good, to red, bad. Europe's rank is good. Still, US Vice President Vance has accused Europe of censorship, claiming that free speech no longer exists here. Why? In the EU, hate speech is legally banned and must be removed. Is that censorship? There are very different opinions on what people should be allowed to say online and what not. One thing is clear. In the EU, people can criticize governments without punishment. But in countries like Iran, China and Russia, authorities delete content that is critical to the regime. Even in democracies like India, free speech is not always guaranteed. Indian journalist Nandi Punya runs an online newspaper. But the newspaper's social media accounts have already been blocked several times by the Indian government. Mandi Punya is truly passionate about reporting on issues concerning the rural community. On his website, he focuses on developmental issues faced by farmers and marginalized groups.
Our social media handles were blocked for 3 to 4 months. That's a long break for a digital publication. It's frustrating as it prevents you from sharing your work.
Mandeep contacted the social media platforms. He was told that they had received legal removal demands from the Indian government for allegedly violating India's Information Technology Act. The journalist feels like he's been targeted for his coverage of the farmers' protests in India. When they started in 2021, he recorded videos and reported from the ground every day.
The government doesn't want anyone to show the reality to prevent being shown in a bad light.
In 2024, a court got his social media handles unblocked, but the damage had been done. Frequent suspensions had affected both